Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another session with Barbie Rocks. And in today's session, I have just been working on and updating my vintage Barbie doll collection of gowns. So as you know, I am known as the girl who loves to thrift. And while I'm out there, I tend to find all these beautiful gowns that people discard. And just going out there and having that moment or that thrill of rescuing these beautiful gowns before they get all tossed out, I rescue them and I try to bring them back to life. Here we have this beautiful lace that just comes right out, and I'm just going to show you this, how wonderful that is. And the veil is it's an older veil, and it's just like two strands of chiffon lace that comes right down. It's a piece from the 1960s, and I am just going to go back to the front as well, and let's just look at this beautiful gown. This is a 972, and like I said, it's my all-time favorite gown. Of all the gowns that Barbie has, this is my favorite. I mean, you can tell by just looking at the heart-shaped front body, and then we can see all the lace that's just like, it embellishes this beautiful gown. It's just rather full, very full and just delightful. Delightful or delicious, whichever word you want to use to describe this gown, but nevertheless, it's stunning. I'm just going to show you the satin underneath it. You can see the underneath parts, and we've got to check out the details in it. You see that lace is interwoven right at the bottom? That's how well made this gown is. Okay, moving right along. We have a bubble cut, and she is in another mod wedding dress. It kind of looks like Francine's wedding dress called Wedding Whirl, but this one is a bit different. It's from 1966, and let's just give her a spin around. And as you can see, the back is really nice. I've got a little veil, an old-fashioned veil on her. Again, I just love if you add the little embellishments, like little veils just make the dress. And this one here, this bubble cut is on a beautiful dress. Give you a look at the lace. Okay, moving right along, I'm going to show you this one here. It's a 1988 Wedding Fantasy Barbie in her original gown, and this one is really delightful too because of the fact that it has this overlay of lace which comes off the dress, and you've got the satin underlay as well. But as you can see, the satin underlay is beautiful, but the fabric is so much different than the vintage fabric. It doesn't have the smooth satin feel, and it's not as heavy as the original vintage doll. But look at the way it's lined on the bottom. Really well done, and another delightful dress. So let's just give it a spin around. Sort of a vintage gown, but all layered in chiffon. Like, it's got layers and layers and layers, and I think that was quite a nice one. It's a very old. Here Comes the Bride, and I'm just going to pull it up so you can get a real good look at this one. So Here Comes the Bride has a beautiful veil, and it's just fallen off here. Let's give you a good look at the veil. The veil is rather long and rather nice. So here it is, and it's full like this. It has a little attachment that just goes right around, and it looks really nice on the doll once you place it on properly. But here we go. This is Here Comes the Bride, and that wedding gown is just beautiful. I mean, Mattel had placed 2 layers of lace on the bottom of the dress. 1244, released around 1966, and you can see the big gorgeous sleeves on the doll. Very, very nicely done. Kind of like bell-bottom pants, but these are on the sleeves, and a lot of polka dots and chiffon, and a very, very, very nicely designed dress. I love the bottom of the dress because if you look at the detail of the dress, you will see all of this. You wouldn't be able to put this dress in Barbie. Okay, some of the other dresses, let's just go through. I'll pull up some of these dresses. And these ones here are pretty much modern dresses. We've got Stacy, and this one here is a modern piece, but it is very delightful. Here we have, it comes right off the skirt. Spin her around, and you see all the beautiful embellishment and all the detail in this beautiful lace. I quite like it. So, but it is a modern piece. I think we're looking at the, late 1990s to 2000. Very delightful dresses. And this one's got like a really nice glow and nice feel to the fabric. It's very light, but look at the top parts of this dress. They're very interesting. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of you could add these dresses to your collection. So as I continue down the line, I'm going to show you a handmade piece. I love this piece. So look at the beautiful veil that's on the front. But this piece is handmade, and look how delightful this is. Like, look at the length and the flow to the gown. It's so, it has so much fabric. It is a piece that was handmade, and what I did with it is I actually added these beautiful pearls onto this handmade dress. Like, here's an old gown that I found. I thrifted this. I don't know if it's handmade or whether it's manufactured, but it has a bit of flow to it. The fabric is more of an off-white, but it has these beautiful lace, and I didn't want to give up this dress. Like, I didn't want to toss it, so I brought it back to life, and here she is. Here's this doll specifically wearing it. So let me know if you think that's a delightful dress. And she's got her veil on as well. Okay, moving right along, we've got some beautiful gowns, and these ones here are all modern. So I'm just going to quickly show you in the camera some of the modern gowns. And right in the back here, I've got some of the old gowns, like in the 1960s. And a lot of you might see this online. You can buy it online. I think eBay sells it. But don't you just love that? I could not part from that gown. I just think it's the most delightful and pretty dress. I've got an old-fashioned veil along with the doll. But look at the back. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the lace. I love the way it has a lot of flow. But the thing about it is that these vintage dresses have a lot of quality to them. They are dresses that are just well made. You can just feel and see it just through handling the dress and just looking at all the detail in the workmanship on the dresses. This is, I think specifically this dress is made in Hong Kong from the 1960s, but it is a winner in my collection because it's one of my all-time favorites. Okay, so moving right along, we've got some of these older pieces here, and let's have a look at this one. Here we have a TNT doll, and she is in a gown that is again modern, and it has a lot of ribbons on the bottom of it, but look at the back of it. Isn't that gorgeous? And the thing about this one too is that it has a lot of flow, and the lace can come right off the dress itself, and it's beautiful. I love lace. I have this thing with lace in terms of putting them on dresses, and I think it just gives the dress a gorgeous look. I'm going to go here and pull this dress here. Now this dress is on a bubble cut Barbie, but as you can see, it is homemade as well. And homemade dresses do look quite nice once it looks, it's sort of off the shoulder, but it's quite nice too. And you can tell it's modern because Mattel started using this crinkly, lightweight material. And here we can see it again. You can see that dress. I'm not really a fan of this material. However, I do see it appearing on the modern Mattel dolls. I more or less am a vintage girl, so you will see me gravitating towards the vintage gowns because they delight me. Here's another one, and this one has roses, and you can see the embellishment on the bottom. Alright, so that sort of rounds up some of the gowns I've pulled and dressed for you all morning. And so I am hoping that you enjoyed this little episode of the gowns and just picking out the Barbies to show you the magic of beautiful wedding gowns. Anyways, it's a wrap from Barbie. So I've got to show you this beautiful gown as well. It's on a modern Barbie, but look at this. It has these little cute little polka dot sleeves that just sort of fly off her shoulders, and it has a swooped neckline. And then the gown itself is just wonderful because it's a two-layered gown, and it has this beautiful overlay. I love it. So if you're into collecting wedding gowns and wanting to add different types of gowns to your collection, maybe this one's for you. I love it. Now here's the back of it, and you can see the fullness of the netting and the bottom of the lace that just wraps around the entire dress at the bottom. And this lace comes right off the gown, so you can see the intricacy of this beautiful hand lace, this lace. I love lace. So here we are, and this dress is wonderful. So I'm hoping you like this one. Anyways, from Barbie Rocks, let me know what was your favorite dress here. I'd love to hear you leave a comment below as to what was your favorite. Hi guys, so up front here I pulled up two of these dolls. One is the 1960s Barbie, and one is a modern Barbie. And as you can see, the modern Barbie is wearing a really beautiful gown too, with embellishments, with these beautiful flowers coming right down her gown, and you can see all the sparkles on the top part of her lace. And let's just spin her around. And she has a lot of glitter coming right down the dress, and it is a wonderful dress. It does come with a bouquet right over here. That is the bouquet that comes with this doll, but I apparently have it on another doll. But isn't that just to die for this? It's got like two of this beautiful overlay of lace. And then right next to her is a vintage, another vintage wedding gown with a big bow right at the bottom of the dress. And it comes out in like a mermaid style type of dress, sort of representative of like the 1920s era. I mean, this dress has that look, and look at that. Look at the shimmer on the fabric of this dress. Isn't that just wonderful? It kind of reminds